The more I think about it, the Niners should have given their first for Stafford. You can't compare the impact Stafford would have versus an O-line or a corner. This is a good question. Back to our topic. Should they have given up 12? Well, 12 wouldn't have gotten it done. Let's just be clear. Carolina offered 8, the 8th pick, and the Rams offered 2 firsts and a third and a player.
You know, I was talking to my friend about this, and I don't necessarily believe some of these reports about what was offered to them. It seems nuts that Detroit would turn down Carolina.
Yeah.
Carolina's offer
to take future firsts, and Goff. You really wanted Goff, huh? You really wanted Goff.
I definitely question some of that because it just doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
You know, so offer first for Stafford. If they had done it, if they had offered the 12 for Stafford, I wouldn't have really felt great about it. I would have preferred to give them a first round next year. I'd prefer to give them something in the mid round, but not necessarily the 12. I wouldn't feel that great about it. We've talked about this in the last cast.
No.
Stafford, to me, like there's something missing there that he just doesn't seem to be able to propel his team to the next level. And I think in the NFL, you need your quarterbacks to be able to do that, especially if you're talking about you want them to be that franchise guy. And
isn't that what people like about Watson? I mean, before he became the starter in Houston, every quarterback that played behind that O-line got hurt like within a day. And he went behind it and was like, oh, no problem anymore. 50-yard touchdown pass. He makes the offensive line look better. He makes Will Fuller look better. He makes these guys look good. Peyton Manning made guys look good. Peyton Manning and Tom Brady made no-name offensive linemen look good for decades. What does Matthew Stafford do? I mean, he had put up great numbers with Calvin Johnson, but I don't know. That's why I kind of compare him to Andy Dalton, like much more physically gifted, but in terms of their actual resume, same. You know, One guy played with AJ Green, one guy played with Calvin Johnson. One guy put up more yards. Neither guy ever won a playoff game. I don't know. But one guy does it in style.
Right. In a division where, if you look at it, that division, it's not like the NFC North was that great. There was Green Bay, who's consistently good because of
flawed.
Rodgers.
Yeah.
Right. Aaron Rodgers. So, and you couldn't make it to the playoffs at all. You couldn't even make it. Like, you got there 3 times and lost, and you couldn't have made it any other time.
I'm not saying he's bad. I just don't think he's not tier 1. I don't even think he's tier 2. I think he's tier 3.
Yeah. And
you know,
and I think other teams share that perspective, because to me it looks like that's why they had to take that deal, because why would you take that deal if Carolina was offering what Carolina offered? If they had these other supposed deals on the table, why would you take that deal? It just doesn't make unearthly sense.
Like, for example, let's compare him to a quarterback who was also a number 1 pick and is not nearly as physically gifted, but Alex Smith. All right, this dude goes to Washington, which freaking stinks, and he gets hurt. But he started 16 games for Washington in his career and won 11 of them. Would Stafford do that? I don't know. I mean, how much worse of an organization is Detroit than Washington? I don't know. It just seems like Alex Smith, there are these quarterbacks who have an ability to at least elevate a team to a certain degree, and Stafford's kind of like held back by, I don't know. We'll see.
I think the thing with quarterbacks and is what you don't get to see, we call it an intangible thing, but we see them in game, right? But leadership doesn't necessarily happen in a game. It happens in practice. It happens around the facility and all of that. We see Tampa Bay with, Brady changing.
Yes.
Is Stafford a guy that comes in, and what sort of leadership does he portray around the facilities?
Are you talking about accountability?
The accountability.
That's what we're talking about.
Accountability,
and that's Brady. Brady can be like, hey, man, you didn't run that route hard enough. You didn't run this rep hard enough. And he does it all the time. He'll get in guys' faces mid-game. Is that Stafford's personality, or is he more like Jimmy, who's just kind of doing his thing?
And this is part of why I'm a big Ryan guy. I tweeted out there's a film clip of him. I think it was on a Monday Night Football game where he's telling the receiver get effing set, like you can on the audio. You know, that's that's the accountability and the leadership that he has. I don't know that Stafford has that. I may be totally wrong. I'm not in their facility or anything, but I don't know that he has that. To me, he seems like, all right, he comes in, does his thing, and then plays in the game and then leaves.
Keeps his head down, doesn't say much, but like, are you taking ownership of the team and the organization the way a franchise quarterback who's made $200 million should?
Right. Because
you're not a passenger on this team, dude. It's your team. It's your team.
Right. You are the team. Like,
you're the team. It's not the head coach's team. It's you. You're the face. You're the man, dude. What the? Either take control or not. He's been there since I was in college, man. He's been there forever. Nothing ever. I don't know. We'll see. I think Sean McVay played himself a little bit. I think Sean McVay was like, with me, nah, man, you're not that great. And wouldn't it be great if Jared Goff went to Detroit and played well? And I just would love that because, people with big egos, I loved seeing it. McVay says, McVay showing no mercy, Stafford unleashed in LA. Hey, well, gentlemen, how much did Steve Young propel the Bucs when he was there? Stafford is now with McVay and that defense. It's on and popping in LA. We got a Rams fan in the house.
Well, I mean, Steve Young was an unpolished product when he was in Tampa Bay.
That's correct. He was a running back.
He was right. So
he was a running back.
Walsh had to take him and fix him, and then he became the Steve Young that we all as Niner fans love. But that's not really a great comparison. Also, the game was more difficult back then. But I mean, as a Rams fan, you should be excited. I think Stafford is better than Goff, but hang on.
Just the Detroit pass kills me, man. Like he never had much. He had Calvin Johnson, and then he had Marvin Jones and Golden Tate, and now he has Kenny Golladay. Like primary, man.
He had better receivers in Detroit than he's gonna have right now. And
no one gives Andy Dalton the Cincinnati pass. Who was Andy Dalton's running back? And Jeremy Hill, Giovanni Bernard. Whew.
I think and Eric Ebron left and went to the Steelers and started to be actually better.
That's right. He was actually good. Yeah.
Ebron.
Didn't he go somewhere else too before that? He was in there. He was in Indy. Indy. No, and he had a great year with Andrew Luck.
Right. Now, see that's a guy. Andrew Luck is the guy that's underrated. Andrew Luck was a phenomenal quarterback that really was not on those Indy teams were not that great, and he was propelling them to the playoffs. And the amount of hits that he took are crazy.
And I think that's the thing. Like, it's because of the intangible. Andrew Luck was demonstrably off the chart in that whatever that intangible thing was, and that was clear in college. And I think it's pretty clear that Stafford just isn't. He's off the charts physically. His arm is as good as anyone's, I guess. Anyone's. And yet, despite that leg up, he's just like a top, maybe he's the 11th best quarterback in the league. Yeah, he lacks that intangible quality. Must be. Or he'll win the Super Bowl and McVay showing no mercy, Stafford unleashed in LA. We'll have the last laugh. You paid $5. Maybe you're right. Thank you very much.
Right. But it's Super Bowl. The only that gamble only pays off for a Super Bowl. If you make the playoffs or you win the NFC West. And
to me, it's like it ain't going to pay off in a Super Bowl this year because of the Goff dead cap hit. So now your better shot is 2022. All right, you better make it happen in 2022. You got a 1-year window. We'll see.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Maybe I guess Tom Brady will be 45 at that point. Aaron Rodgers will be 40. Hey, it could happen, but at that point, the Niners will have Deshaun Watson, and all bets will be off.